Do you ever feel like you just don't fit in? Do you constantly avoid social situations and relationships with people because of an intense fear of rejection or criticism? You might be surprised to know that such feelings can be a sign of a little-known condition called Avoidant Personality Disorder. Welcome to BrainGrasp. In this video, we'll explore the 10 AVPD signs to look for, and then reveal a surprising truth about this disorder that might change the way you think about it. Stick around until the end, where we'll discuss a groundbreaking new study that sheds light on the true nature of AVPD and offers hope for those who struggle with this challenging condition. If you haven't done it already, subscribe to our channel for more psychology insights. Avoidant Personality Disorder, also known as AVPD, is a mental health condition which is associated with an overly sensitive fear of rejection or criticism. People diagnosed with such a disorder feel socially inhibited and develop a strong inferiority complex that affects daily life. About 2% of the adult population are currently affected by this issue, but most of them are unaware of it. The disorder typically begins in childhood or adolescence and can have a significant impact on an individual's quality of life. People with AVPD often struggle to form and maintain relationships and may miss out on important social and professional opportunities due to their intense fear of rejection or criticism. But what are the signs to look for to identify an avoidant personality disorder? Avoidance of social situations. A standout amongst all signs of avoidant personality disorder is refusal of social situations. People with this disorder often go to great lengths to avoid any situation that involves interacting with others, especially if it involves meeting new people or being in a group setting. They may make excuses to avoid parties, gatherings, or even work events, and may prefer to spend most of their time alone. This avoidance can be so severe that it interferes with their ability to function in daily life, such as attending school or work, or maintaining relationships with friends and family. Fear of rejection or criticism. At the core of AVPD is an intense fear of rejection or criticism. People with this disorder may constantly worry about saying or doing the wrong thing and may interpret even minor criticism as a sign of complete rejection. They may be highly sensitive to any perceived slight or disapproval and may go to great lengths to avoid any situation where they might be evaluated or judged. This fear can be so overwhelming that it prevents them from taking risks or trying new things, even if it means missing out on opportunities for growth or happiness. Low self-esteem. AVPD is often accompanied by low self-esteem and feelings of inadequacy. People with this disorder may feel like they're not good enough, smart enough, or attractive enough to be accepted by others. They may constantly compare themselves to others and find themselves lacking and may believe that they are inherently flawed or unlovable. This low self-esteem can be reinforced by their avoidance of social situations, as they may miss out on opportunities for positive feedback or validation from others. Intimacy problems. Due to their fear of rejection, people with AVPD may struggle to form close relationships or maintain intimacy. They may keep others at a distance, even those they care about, to avoid the possibility of getting hurt. They may have difficulty opening up to others or sharing their thoughts and feelings, and may struggle to trust others or allow themselves to be vulnerable. This can lead to a cycle of loneliness and isolation, as they may push away the very people who could offer them support and connection. Hypersensitivity to criticism. People with AVPD are often hypersensitive to any form of negative evaluation, whether real or perceived. They are constantly scanning their environment for any sign that they are not approved of, and may overreact to even minor negative feedback. They may interpret neutral or ambiguous social cues as negative, and may assume that others are judging them harshly, even when there is no evidence to support this belief. This hypersensitivity can make it difficult for them to function in social or professional settings, as they may be constantly on guard and unable to relax or be themselves. Self-imposed social isolation. In order to protect themselves from possible rejection and the negative feedback, people with AVPD may isolate themselves from others. They may spend most of their time alone, and may avoid reaching out to friends or family members. They may decline invitations to social events or gatherings and may prefer to spend their free time engaged in solitary activities, such as reading, watching TV, or playing video games. While this isolation may provide temporary relief from their anxiety, it can also reinforce their negative beliefs about themselves and others and make it even more difficult for them to connect with others in the future. Difficulty asserting oneself. People with AVPD may struggle to assert themselves or express their needs and desires. They might find themselves agreeing with others even when it goes against their own desires to avoid potential conflict or rejection. They may have difficulty saying no or setting boundaries, which makes them vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. This lack of assertiveness can lead to feelings of resentment or frustration, as they may feel like they are constantly putting others' needs before their own. Extreme shyness or awkwardness. AVPD is often characterized by extreme shyness or social awkwardness. People with this disorder may struggle to make small talk, maintain eye contact, or navigate social situations with ease. They may feel like they don't know what to say or do in social settings, and may worry about embarrassing themselves or coming across as awkward or unlikable. This shyness can be misinterpreted by others as aloofness or disinterest, which can further reinforce their feelings of loneliness and inadequacy. Preoccupation with being liked. Despite their avoidance of social situations, people with AVPD may be preoccupied with being liked and accepted by others. They may go to great lengths to please others or to avoid any potential criticism, even if it means sacrificing their own needs or desires. They may be highly attuned to social hierarchies and may feel like they are constantly being judged or evaluated by others. This preoccupation with being liked can be exhausting and can prevent them from forming genuine connections with others. Limited social circle. Due to their avoidance of social situations and fear of rejection, people with AVPD may have a very limited social circle. They may have few close friends or relationships and may struggle to expand their social network. They may rely heavily on a small group of trusted individuals, such as family members or long-term friends, but may struggle to form new connections or maintain relationships outside of this circle. This limited social support can make it even more difficult for them to cope with the challenges of daily life and can contribute to feelings of loneliness and isolation. Now, here's the surprising fact about AVPD that we promised at the beginning of this video. Despite their intense fear of rejection and criticism, people with AVPD often have a deep desire for connection and acceptance. There is a desire for close relationships and social interaction, but they feel held back by their own fears and insecurities. This means that with the right support and treatment, people with AVPD can learn to manage their fears and build meaningful connections with others. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, can be highly effective in helping people with AVPD challenge their negative beliefs about themselves and others and develop new coping strategies for social situations. Online therapy is particularly suitable for those suffering from AVPD, as being at home in your own safe environment makes it easier to open up to the therapist. In the video description, you will find some useful tips on the most reliable online psychological therapy services. But here's where things get really interesting. A recent groundbreaking study has shed new light on the true nature of AVPD and offers hope for those who struggle with this challenging condition. The study, published in the Journal of Psychopathology and Clinical Science, found that AVPD may be more closely related to social anxiety disorder than previously thought. In fact, the researchers found that many people who meet the criteria for AVPD also meet the criteria for social anxiety disorder, and that the two conditions may share similar underlying mechanisms. So why is this important? This is important because it means that treatments that are effective for social anxiety disorder, such as exposure therapy and cognitive restructuring, may also be effective for AVPD. It also means that people with AVPD may benefit from joining support groups or therapy groups specifically designed for people with social anxiety, as they may find a sense of belonging and understanding among others who share similar struggles. But perhaps most importantly, this study offers hope for people with AVPD by challenging the notion that their condition is a fixed or unchangeable part of their personality. Reframing AVPD as a treatable anxiety disorder rather than a personality disorder opens up new possibilities for growth and change. With the right support and treatment, people with AVPD can learn to manage their fears, build meaningful connections with others, and live fulfilling and satisfying lives. If you recognize some of these signs in yourself or someone you know, it's important to remember that AVPD is a treatable condition. With the right support and resources, it's possible to overcome the fear of rejection and build a more fulfilling social life. If you think you may have AVPD, don't hesitate to reach out to a mental health professional for help. Click the link in the description to learn about online therapy from certified professionals. And if you're struggling with social anxiety or feelings of inadequacy, know that you're not alone and that there is hope for a brighter future. By seeking help and support, you can learn to manage your fears and build the meaningful connections that you deserve. Here is another video about Avoidant Personality Disorder that you need to watch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.